Because all the gangs are trafficking them on the local buses.
Yeah. Are they giving passes on the buses? It's just mad.
Yeah. And then
these are the people smugglers and the gangs. Fucking bullshit. And they're even talking about it on... Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that train ticket?
Train tickets, yeah.
Where's that to and from?
Torino, Porta, which is Italy.
Torino's Italy.
And couldn't tell you. Don't know what that one there is.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Somewhere. And that was on the 22nd of November.
So this guy...
You've got contact details for NGOs.
Have we?
Yeah.
Don't take pictures of this on your other phone, mate, in case that phone gets wiped. Someone's just put on there, he can wipe it remotely, can't he, from another country? So if ever they know we're onto him, he could wipe that phone.
Yeah. And then they're getting bussed to the camps.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is just so clear that there's the element of this is the French authorities, the NGOs, the British, they all know what's going on, and we're all being fed. It's the gangs, we can't stop it. There is a collective plan to flood our country with these men.
Yeah,
100%. There is a plan. 20 years ago, this wouldn't have worked. This wouldn't have worked 20 years ago because you would have had politicians 20 years ago, people with their right, sane mind gone. They're fighting age men. They're fighting age men. They're not refugees. They're fighting age men. So
this liberal wokey bullshit
all
that
of
we
it
now
just makes you think. What the fuck, mate?
Yeah.
And then with what's coming out tonight about them, stop it getting us arrested. Arrest us because what have we done? What have we done? Yeah. We've documented everything we've done, and up to now, if we, it's frustrating. Very frustrating.
If we can save another family from the heartache that hundreds and thousands of families are going through because of the invasion of illegal, fighting, laughing and joking, horrible men like them people, which there probably might be some nice guys in there, but they're taking the piss out of us. They're travelling through country after country after country to get to England for a financial benefit, and we're not having it no more.
And I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's just financial benefit. I think it's our young girls. I think it's our women. I think it's our culture. I think they one of the things, like I did a video tonight, which I haven't actually uploaded yet, which is just talking about Afghan migrants. The Afghan migrant that went into did you hear about this? Went into the hospital and fucking basically nearly killed the nurse because she refused to give him an appointment. Did you hear about it?
I heard it was up in Warrington. My sister lives around the corner from there. It's scared. No, my sister lives up there. She's horrendous.
Her whole head was open. But not just that. I mean, you look at that Afghan migrant there. Then you've got the Afghan migrant that stabbed the geezer 21 times for walking his dog. Then you've got the Afghan migrant that threatened to kill Nigel Farage. And then you've got the two Afghan migrants that abducted and raped the young girl in the park not long ago. Then you've got a conviction for sexual assault in Kent, 3 Afghan migrants. I mean, what else does it take? I mean, that level of severe violence, that that man committed in that hospital, that's not normal. You can't say, white people. When was the last time an English lad walked into a hospital, asked for an appointment, was told no, and then started trying to butcher the bird and people around her with a whatever he had? What was it? A pole, basically. That's not normal. That's not normal crime, and they're importing high levels of severe barbaric crimes that only happen in third world countries, and this is what frustrates me so much with the left, frustrates me so much with the media, that they know this, Ryan. They know it.
It's like when they say, it's a shame they're coming from war-torn countries. Crowbar eating me. Yeah, so it's war-torn countries, and it's such a shame because these countries are at war, and it's all about at war and this, that, and the other. These people are fighting age men. They are, and they really do it. They are barbaric. Some sorts. They are probably ex-soldiers and militants. And we met some in soldiers, didn't we, when we was in Paris? And he was an ex-soldier, the translating guy, and. They are, because at the ages that that our men are. Your country's at war. You go and help your country. So that's what they've done. So it's inbred in them. It's normal. It's second nature. But they're now coming from that to a sterile environment that was our country, which is not anymore.
But you can't expect them. You actually can't expect them to behave any differently, because this is what when I speak to the left, and in some instances I say, yeah, but they're coming from countries where rape is normalised. Rape happens, and in most of these countries where Islamic law is, they blame the woman for being raped, or they'll stone her to death. Anyway, so they're coming from countries where rape, murder, pillaging is completely normal, happens all over the place, and then they expect these people to come into our country, come into our society, and suddenly switch and become a westernised man. You know, they got a lot of them, Ron, we've met them, they've got PTSD, they've committed violence, violence has been committed against these. You cannot expect men like this to walk into our country and behave normally, and the left just don't get it. Where do they think the 43,000 migrants that have entered our country this year, where do they think they're going to end up? Do they think they're going to end up on Tinder and on a dating site and suddenly it's full of birds? And it frustrates me so much that where the French are starting to push back. Okay, fine. You want to push back, then we'll push back. We'll push back in a way that it needs to be pushed back, and that's fine. If that's what they want to do, then so be it. If that's the route they want to go down, then so be it. Because one of the things, sorry, 1 second, let me show you this.
So we had great plans for next week. We had absolutely great plans for next week, and it's tainted them a little bit, but. I mean, me and Danny just spoke.
But it doesn't matter because it's a long term. We know this is long term.
Yeah. We just spoke.
June 6, 1944, Sergeant Jones, my grandfather, went on the beaches of Normandy and lost 4 of his best friends within 10 minutes. He then was part of making sure France became liberated. You know, so for me, this is a hero. For me, this is what it's about. What they did for us, the reason I'm sat here today, the reason we're sat here speaking our language, because of the sacrifices these men made. And for the fact is that when that man went onto the morning programme and sat there and said that the reward, the sacrifice was not worth the result today, he's exactly right. And it's about time we go back to this mentality and what these men did and what these men were willing to do to get this done. It's that simple. It's literally that simple.
I didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it, and we don't want it. We didn't want to do it, but the government won't do it, and the government are facilitating it with the. I don't want to make allegations about our government because I don't want to get fucking nicked basically and get stopped. But the French, we've made allegations about them, and I believe it's completely true. I believe everything we've seen. The left can write, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. We really have, and that's why out of all the stories and all the news outlets in the last 20 years. You've had this exclusive on GBNews tonight, and that's why me and Dan have come on to say that we're looking to be arrested for the findings and what we've done. So if what we've done is bad, then it's bad. But at the end of the day,
we've committed no crimes. We've not. Listen, this is pure scare tactics, and they've picked the wrong 2 fellas to try and scare, because no matter what they throw at us, and I do believe this is all very strange. It's all you know. I've put a video. And people know that we've started, and then straight away it's not. They've gone raise the colours. He's talking about.
I reckon they not. Yeah. For me, I mean, I've got one of them. I think about things a bit conspiracy wise.
I know.
But for me, Dan, I couldn't get my head around that GB News was so adamant, so on top of me, so news reportery, going, get on. I mean, we was on GB News every single week. And then one day, blank. Sent them a video which is better than anything they've ever had.
They had the call. They've had the call.
And I think now, because we've done the videos that we both done yesterday, your video, my video, where we went, right, new year, new fresh start, let's go, we're ready. I think that they've just gone, let's bang that story on now to stop them, to scare you at home, to scare me and you, Dan, first, and to scare people at home to go, right, you've got a nice life, you're with your families, you're sat at your house now, Dan, I'm sat on holiday with the kids. You know, my missus is thinking, what the hell's going on? And I'm going to go...
Someone just put on there, actually, that's a very good point. we know the NGOs have put pressure on the French police and the French authorities to do something about us. And I believe you're right. I think that the NGOs over the Christmas period have probably thought, right, we need to really push this. We need to get, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they are the ones that are doing the wrong here. And also the right as well. One of the things we need to be pushing for the French police is removing these camps away from the coast. Okay, if there's no camps, there's no migrants. If there's no migrants, there's no boats. If there's no boats, there's no invasion.
There's no invasion, there's no rapes, there's no murders.
By facilitating them being in the camps so close to, you know, they've shut the camps down in other locations, shut them all down, and send them 100 miles the opposite direction. And, you know, how much does 500, 800 million get you when it comes to resources? Well, let me tell you now, if that went in our back pocket, imagine what we could do with that sort of money to putting it over. I mean, it's for the birds. I mean, the fact that we're being absolutely shafted by the French after we liberated them from the Nazis, you know, cheeky bastards. I mean, the only reason they're not talking French now is because, you know, us and the Americans...
They're not talking German or something. I know. It's just a disgrace in the way they treat us when we're there. It's like we're the criminals and we're not criminals at all. We've done nothing wrong. We've done what everyone wanted us to do. You know, and I'm not convincing myself. And I don't care. And we're not having it. We're not stopping. I said we won't stop. And if it's not me and Danny, we've got plans in place.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now.
That's the thing. This Operation Overlord under the Raise the Colour banners
is you guys.
Ryan. It's not us. It's you.
Yeah.
It's literally what we've done is we've enabled ourselves to understand the logistics of everything, understand the locations, understand how it works. Between understanding, you know, where the boats are, what the weather's like, and now we're never going to get caught out again. We'll never have teams on different beaches.
Yeah.
You know, if they...
But that's the worry. That's the worry. They know.
We'll just send other people. And if they get markers, we'll just send other people. We have an endless supply of British and English men willing to do what we've done, and that's their downfall because they'll never be able to stop it. So... fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're ready. I think the country's ready, and I think by hook or by crook, however we do it. But you know, and that's you got to watch what you say. 'Cause bloody people take you out of content. But whatever happens, it's going to stop this year. It's going to stop this year, and I think us coming together has opened the eyes to everybody. I mean, look at the school. They're using school buses to transport them from camp to camp.
They've got TB.
These people have got TB. They're jumping on school.
We found multiple evidence of them having severe fucking infections, you know, and they're putting these people on local school buses. It just shows that it's just, I mean, one of the things here, like, with this now happening, it's very clear that when Ryan gets back, I mean, you deserve this break, Ryan. I knew when you were going with it, I said, I couldn't think of anything better for you to get your head away, because you are, like me, you're 100%. People don't realise, when we get off camera, we're not then sat at home playing happy families. We're constantly working. We're constantly trying to find out different... We're travelling.
I mean,
we're here.
So
when you get back, we need to elevate this. We need to get those meetings done. We need to meet people. We need to get the right teams together. And we need to get this done ASAP. Now, this needs to be done quicker than it needs to be done before, because now they're starting to push back. We now need to make sure that we've got the plans in place, no matter what pushback comes. Enjoy your last couple of days, Ryan, because we've got a lot of work to do, bro.
No, I'm back. It's my last day today, so I'm looking forward to one of them holidays where I don't want to go home, but you know you don't want to go home on a holiday. But I've had a great time with the kids and all that. But I want to get back. I want to get to work. There's a lot of people we need.
I'm going for Patrick Christie. Patrick Christie, I'm about to become your worst nightmare, mate.
Yeah.
He probably isn't watching this, but I will be doing a video on Patrick Christie tomorrow. I will request that Patrick Christie allows us to come off or on camera to sit with him. He's mentioned us. He's mentioned the fact that we're going to be arrested. He should have at least, you know, he's got contacts to you.
Do you know what?
They should have rang you, and they should have said, Ryan, Elliot, we've got some info, French side, they want to arrest you, we need to get some info on this, what do you think about it? And then release and say, we've spoken to the Raise the Colours lads, they don't think they've done anything wrong, because he's allowed someone that seems professional that I've never seen or heard of, to go on and say, well, if the French went over to England and committed a crime, we'd expect them to, well, no, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. We're not going to France committing crimes. Well, we'd have been arrested on the 15 million times that we were stopped by the police in ports, in car parks, on hiding in sand dunes. I mean, the last time the police found us, I was in a bush for 10 minutes. You had a gun pointed at me.
I had a gun to my head.
You had a gun put you to your head. I was in a bush. I thought I was getting shot. I mean, you know, you would have...
It's mental.
Yeah, arrested for what exactly? Nothing.
And the police, you know, marched us out of there at gunpoint.
I mean, no one even knows that. We haven't even done. We haven't even done. We need to do a proper.
We need to get together and do a proper podcast on what.
Crazy situation.
It's nuts. I thought we was
gonna. We were. The reason we were hiding like that is because we thought they were migrants, or we thought they were NGOs.
We thought they were NGOs. We torches. There's like 4 of them.
The maddest thing is that they came directly. I mean, the vast amount of shrubland that was there. There's no way they had the drone up. They knew exactly where we were.
Yeah,
they probably
had pinpointed us.
Cameras. Yeah. Seeing me like that hiding behind the bush, it was nuts. But again, we was detained for such a period of time where they did their due diligence, they found out who we were, they knew where we were, and there was no arrests. And you know, if we'd have committed crimes, they would have arrested us. So again, fuck them.
Yeah, we haven't done anything wrong, like you say. But there's so much we need to tell people as well, don't we? Like stories like that.
That's why Monday we're going to do probably a 2-hour podcast on Monday.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've actually said that, but we are going to do a 2-hour podcast on Monday in a proper studio with proper internet because I have a right issue with internet. And we're going to go right from the beginning. I mean, right with what we found out today, we're going to go right from the beginning. We're going to discuss everything from when you went your first time to when I got then on board, everything we've seen, everything we've proven, all the documentation that we've got, and then we're going to get to the end of it where we'll start really, you know, discussing how we're going to play this now. But yeah,
we'll get that French phone analysed. We'll try and get that, and let's give GB News the opportunity, or any news outlet that wants to speak to us that knows information that we're going to get arrested in France. But for GB to do an exclusive and say we've got this just coming from the French government and Home Office, who are they speaking to there? Why aren't they telling us this, that and the other? I think it's just, why hasn't Patrick Christie ever had me on? It's only ever that Martin that used to have me on.
I'll just say one thing, just to reply to Tools Key. We have done exactly that. But you've got to remember, we have a lot of what we've done in France hasn't been on camera. We only ever go live when we've been into France and left France, and no one's even known we were there. We only felt like every time we go on the socials is because we find it important that at that point it's now time to let the public know that we were there. There's been a couple of occasions where we've mentioned that we're going to France. That was only to protection for us, that if we were arrested, that people knew we were going. Because the worst thing we thought were going to happen is we'll get to the border, we'll get nicked, no one knows we were going to France. We're now in a French jail. We've got no one able to tell the socials or anyone, no one's got in contact. So, we're not silly. Ryan's a very intelligent fella. You know, we sit down, we make sure we understand every element of the plan. If things go wrong, what do we do? We've got backup plans and all sorts. But well, let's. I'll let you get on with your day off, I guess.
Yeah, mate. Just to refresh and recap. My missus and kids are going to be thinking, what the hell's he doing out there at bloody 6:32 in the morning? But
saving the country life.
It is that, mate. It is that, and we're going to get the job done, mate. And that's the bottom line of it. We're going to get the job done. This is just another little hurdle that's been put in our way, and every single week we keep getting another hurdle. But I'd rather have this hurdle than have, the stories of, like you've just said, someone's been hatcheted in the head by an Afghan migrant. Someone's been killed at a bus stop. Someone's been stabbed to death walking the dog. These people can't keep doing what they're doing, and our governments can't keep just turning a blind eye to it. Why isn't it the biggest thing? The biggest problem. It's the biggest problem in our country, I believe. It's national security threat. These people are. You wouldn't let these don't want us in their country exposing this. We're only doing exposing. You wouldn't want a murderer coming into your country, would you, or a rapist? At least if you did have
then have that
people...
conversation with the left. They just, it's like,
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
these are not
migration.
women and children. I mean, we've even had conversations, and it's never happened up to this point. We actually said, me and Ryan, we said, if we ever came across a group of women and children, which we then believed probably deserved some help, we wouldn't go anywhere near them. We wouldn't question them. No. Because that's not what we're about. Like, we're not about that. We're not horrible people. But we see, Ryan his mind is very much like mine. We see what's coming for our kids. It's not about what's coming for us right now, even though it's bad. In 20 years' time, everything's going to be fucked. And excuse my French, but it's going to be absolutely... And we've only got one chance while we are fit and young to do this now, so that our children don't go through the horrors of what's coming. And flooding our country, which is an island, with undocumented third world savages, which they are, because that's how they're behaving, cannot allow to be happen, because that's our children that will suffer. So at the end of the day, let's leave it at that, Ryan. I'll let you crack on me down. I'm going to bed because it's 1:30 in the morning. We love you. Ryan, I'll ring you in the morning. Let's
try and put this... I'll come off and I'll speak to you, but... Yeah, guys, just to go through it then, we know what we're doing. They're looking to arrest us, and we're gonna try and...
What I need to use, I'll have to use StreamYard to do what you're asking to do. So we'll get... By tomorrow, everyone would have seen that video anyway. We'll make a thing about it. We'll put it in...